Welcome to the MyBusiness Podcast, where we sit down with local businesses and we talk about who they are, where they come from, and what inspires them to be in business.
Welcome to the MyBusiness Podcast, and today I have a special guest, Peter Fenton from HIR Realty, a division of the Hope Island Realty. I think I got that right. Did I, Peter?
Yes, HIR Realty, a division of Hope Island Realty. Correct.
Excellent. So, Peter, tell us a little bit about HIR Realty.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, first of all.
Excellent.
So probably start with Hope Island Realty. So Hope Island Realty, for those that may not know, is located in Hope Island, which is in the northern Gold Coast.
Yep.
24 years old, award-winning agency, and works primarily in the Sanctuary Cove, Hope Island, Helensvale area. And so demand over time, while people come to us in that area, there has been an increasing demand for other parts of the Gold Coast. So to move into other parts of the Gold Coast, sort of into the central and southern areas, the Hope Island brand kind of can be confusing in Robina or in another town. So hence HIR Realty. So same initials, interestingly enough, but HIR Realty is, yes, the brand that we will use outside of our core stopping
little area.
Yeah.
Now, people that have listened to the podcast before know that I've got a background in finance. So I have actually dealt with Hope Island Realty a lot when I was working in retail banking. So I know them very well, and their reputation is first class.
Yeah, they do well.
So congratulations on that to start with.
Yeah.
So how long has HIR Realty, or I guess Hope Island Realty, been in business for?
Yeah, so Hope Island Realty is 24 years in itself,
Yep.
and the new brand moving outside of the core area is just coming up 6 months.
So it's all brand new.
It is brand new. That being said, it's more the name that's probably brand new.
Yep.
A lot of the team already work outside the area, so it was more of a clarification on just the brand confusion, if there was any.
And it must be exciting for the people that are inside the company that are seeing this growth, because that's the future, isn't it?
100%.
Talk to us now, everybody. We spoke before and we talked about a stat you gave me, which was 60% of people go to realestate.com.au once a month in Australia. 60%. I'm in the 40%. My wife is in the 60%. So we fairly well sum that one up perfectly. What that shows is that real estate is something that interests everybody. Just give us a bit of an idea, not of where the market is at the moment, but of what the real estate market, what it looks like over time.
Yeah. I think if you start with online, it's interesting now. I don't have my phone with me, but everything's in the palm of our hand now. And I think, as you rightly said, you're looking at the real estate market as a dreamer.
Yep.
As someone who's downsizing, your kids have left. I mean, there's always a story. Unfortunately, there's some that maybe have to sell. So everyone has a different reason for it. It is a staggering number of people that are looking online, which I think today, and this isn't just in real estate, we're far more educated now on what we want to engage in or buy because of the power of information. But real estate in itself is I don't want to say it's simple, because for most people it is quite a large transaction, maybe the largest thing they've ever done.
Yep.
And it can be quite emotional. But that being said, it sort of repeats itself. You're going to have times when the market is what you would call great for sellers, meaning there's a shortage of stock and there's more buyers, which will ultimately create there's more demand and the price can go up. And then alternatively, you can have a time when it's a buyer's market, when obviously there is a lot of stock and less buyers, and then the prices can come down. So, I think really the game, and a lot of smart people who are watching the market online, that's what they watch. They're just watching. So you can get caught out, I guess, if you're selling at the wrong time. Unfortunately, some people have to. But invariably, you'll see that history just continually repeats itself.
And I guess, too, when you're selling in the wrong time, if you want to put it that way, if you're selling to upsize your property or, to move to a different area, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you're buying in the same market.
100%. So, if you're buying in a high market where everything's up, unfortunately, you're going to have to replace in that same market.
Yeah, that's right.
And alternatively, as you said, if it's a bit depressed or a bit lower, same thing.
Yeah.
So there's deals all the time. And I think the best thing people can do is be informed and be educated as to the areas that they're in, or the areas that they want to move into. And you'll find that most people are now.
That's right.
Yeah, most people
education is the key, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Talking about education, if I was going to sell my place this week, looking for a real estate agent is really important.
Definitely.
Now, on your bio, it says refreshingly honest. So I'm going to ask you to be refreshingly honest now.
Yeah, definitely.
And what should we be looking for when we're trying to find a real estate agent?
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I think it goes back to being educated, and I think most people are. It's funny, when you sell your home or an apartment or a piece of land, the seller is actually the person who's in control. You know, there's really 4 things that come into this, and 3 of them are controlled by the actual seller themselves. So there's location, which, of course, it is what it is.
Yep, can't change that.
There's the condition or the shape of the property itself, and then the homeowner is in control of that. There is the agent, and I'll get to what I think are some good qualities there. And then ultimately there's the marketing.
Yep.
You know, and so 75% of those things, the homeowner is actually in control of.
That's right.
And unfortunately, you see a lot of people maybe chintz out on the marketing, or they'll miss one of those ingredients. And that can unfortunately could potentially compromise the result that they could get. So when it comes to looking for an agent, and I mean, I just sort of go into it as putting myself on the other side. What would I expect?
Yeah.
So honesty, and it starts when you first meet with someone. The market is what the market is. If you do your homework, you should have a good idea of what has sold or what is equivalent in your area. So you should have a decent idea. So for me personally, when an agent says to me that they can get more or considerably more than what the market says, I shy away from that.
It actually doesn't make sense.
Well, we all want more. So
Yeah.
a little bit more, that's fine. But what's going to happen there is you're going to invest in marketing. You're going to start to invest your time and your money for something that the market is telling us will be very difficult to occur. And what will end up happening, or what could end up happening, is that you don't make that sale, and you're out of pocket a little bit. You're a little bit jaded now, and unfortunately, you've got to start again. So I look for someone that's going to be honest with you as to where you sit.
Yep.
Clearly explain any marketing programs that are available and applicable, so that you don't have any questions. You don't want any surprises. Be very clear and concise as to any commissions or any fees that apply. And someone that's going to touch base with you as often as you want. So what I say to is, do you want to be spoken to every day? Do you want to be spoken by email, by text, by phone? I'm happy to. You are the customer. So I think you got to find someone that you like, that you feel you trust and can get along with, because it's a journey that you're going to take together for a week or a month or even a few months. So it's a very important relationship to have. So, and I think people just work naturally well with people. So a few tips, but I think you've got to feel comfortable with the person.
I think the important thing there is, feeling comfortable with that person.
100%.
So, and you pick that up very quickly with someone, don't you?
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right.
Exactly. And I mean, just look, I'm
because at the
under promise and over deliver. I sort of live my life that way, and I think that's where the refreshing and honest part comes. You have to be honest. I've had people that have engaged with us, and we've had to say no. Look, we would love to sell your home,
Yep.
but we don't believe we can achieve what someone else has told you,
Yep.
and we don't want to set ourselves up for.
Because at the end of the day, for a seller, it's the days on market which is the important part. Because every month that they don't sell the property, that's potential income or interest that they've had to pay on loans or whatever the situation is.
Definitely.
So that's crucial, I think, to people, and asking those simple questions and just getting the easy answers, I think, is the great way to start.
And meet with more than one agent. Don't just run with the first person you see. You know, we meet with people as well that don't go with us. That's fine.
Yep.
Male, female, tall, short, we're all from different backgrounds. So I think you've got to meet with, I say at least 2. Obviously ask your friends if they can refer someone as well, because that's always good, because you trust them. But yeah, don't just go blindly with someone for the sake of going with someone.
I absolutely love what you said there, because what that shows to me is confidence in what you deliver.
Oh, 100%.
Because I've been the same in previous roles as well. If you want a second opinion, go and get one.
Definitely.
But I'll see you back here because I know what I'm going to do for you is the best thing for you.
Correct.
And what you just said there just underlines that for HIR Realty. That's you've got the confidence in what you deliver.
Definitely.
there's sellers, but there's also buyers.
Yep.
What should buyers be looking for when they talk to the agents?
Yeah. So
is it the same?
Oh, it's similar. I mean, buyers are very well educated themselves as well.
Far more educated today than they were 10 or 15 years ago.
Big time. So buyers are very well educated. I think buyers, when they go view a property, they should be, and if they were to see me, let's say at an open home, ask me about other opportunities that are available. And it doesn't necessarily have to be listings that we have. Yep. You know, if they're keen on moving into a particular area, then I can help them find opportunities that are with other agents. You know, I think probably a lot of agents, unfortunately, work in a little bit of a bubble. They sort of just my world. Look, my job is to help you find a home, and if that happens to be with another agent, so be it. Yep. Me helping you do that long term will resonate with you. So I think as a buyer, always be asking agents, any agents that you're dealing with, what other opportunities are available. Stay online on realestate.com. Set alerts, so you can actually set alerts for properties in particular areas. Oh, she probably has.
I'm hoping she's not listening to this now.
So set alerts for the areas that you like and the price point you like, so that when new opportunities come on, you're first alerted, which is really good. And other than that, just I think it is kind of the same. Deal with people you want to deal with.
Yeah, it makes
life a little easier.
It just does, doesn't it?
Yep.
You talked about there helping people, and it doesn't matter where it comes into. It brings me to where I wanted to go to next, and that is, how do you guys generate your business? Is it through word of mouth? Is that the most important part for you guys?
Yes. Yep. That would be our biggest source of new business. Obviously, with a new brand, there are some tried and tested things that we can't forget. So letterbox drops, which we do. We do not put our collateral in mailboxes that have no junk mail, please, which I'm a big fan of, because if I have no junk mail and you put junk mail in my
I don't like you.
Well, I'm not going to list my house with you. So that it's a waste of money for our collateral and a waste of time. We sponsor local sporting clubs.
Who do you sponsor at the moment?
So we have done a deal with a group called Magic United, which is a football club, a soccer club in Carrara. So we'll have our marquee up there, and we'll be sharing. So we'll be offering free appraisals and preferred listing rates with the members of that club, and just educating them on the opportunities. So for us, it's an opportunity to obviously expose our brand, but more importantly, provide them with a bit of reduced rate, potentially, depending on the scenario. Social media, building up our social media campaigns, going to breakfast meetings,
doing podcasts,
and really just not being afraid to say, if you know of anybody that's looking to sell their home or looking for a home, mention our name. What's the worst that can happen? They can talk to us, and if they don't like us, fantastic. If they like us, fantastic. We're not precious to think that we will appeal to everyone.
Yep.
And so I just say to people, you've got nothing to lose to introduce us. And so people are now slowly starting to do that in the HIR brand, which will just continue to build and complement our existing Hope Island brand.
So for people that are watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry for the look of the two blokes on the screen, but we'll have a link to your website through there.
Yeah, definitely.
And definitely on the on Spotify and all those things too. We'll put a link in there as well. Good. So definitely hit up the guys at HIR Realty. You said the community involvement. I know I saw in your bio as well that you really put your toe into nearly every sport on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I love sport. I love charity. Yep. We moved here from Canada.
Yep.
Almost 19 years ago now, and look, I remember reading the newspaper from cover to cover to sort of immerse myself in Australia. Well, it's not a hard culture. The language is the same.
Yep.
I started with the sports section, of course, and went backwards. And you join sporting clubs, you join community groups. That's how our family has met people and built our network. Our children are all born here, so they think we speak funny. I think they speak funny. But it feels good.
Yep.
I think when you're younger, not that I want to say that I'm older, but you tend to do things for yourself.
Yep.
And it's just nice to do things for other people, and it feels good. And obviously it exposes myself and you to other opportunities as well by doing that. But ultimately, sport and charity, One Light Charity Foundation, which I'm fairly heavily involved with, which is a charity group that helps other charities raise money.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
So that's cool. A charity for charities, so to speak.
Yep.
And yeah, we love it. All our kids do it. We had to start. At the beginning, it was forced, but now the kids like it too. And we sort of said, find something that's important to you, not what's important to me or your mother or whoever. And so now they're starting to reach out. And I think it's important for kids and for people to have a sense of community, but also a network. It's hard to survive in life on your own. It takes a village to build a real estate brand or to find a child a job or a school. It takes a village. So that's why we do it, is to sort of surround ourselves with people that are like us and can help us and we can help them. And
surely that kind of attitude to community helps with HIR Realty.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's not, people, I think if look, I certainly can't go into any environment and say, here's my card, I'm not, definitely not that type of, I don't. Look, when you come to me and say, hey, Pete, I hear you're in real estate, tell me about it, that's when I start talking. I don't. So up until then, it's finding out about those people and what makes them tick and enjoying the environment or the group that we're a part of, sporting or community. And I just think if you do the right thing by people, eventually good things happen. They sort of go around. But yeah.
The karma bus is real.
100% it is. But so long story short, yes, we do the marketing, we do the letterbox drops, all of that type of stuff. So if you see me with my white hat and my running shoes, trying to lose a bit of weight as I go around, it's wonderful.
That's what
it's
you
wonderful,
do.
Yeah.
Look, there's two areas that you guys, obviously you've still got your Hope Island area, which is your footprint. It's where you've been for over 20 years.
Yes.
And you've got your new area on the Central Gold Coast.
Yes.
Let's just sell those two areas to people for a second.
Well, okay. So, I mean, the northern end, you got Hope Island, Sanctuary Cove, and Helensvale into Arundel. I'll sort of bundle that all together.
Yep.
Close to the motorway.
Yep.
So north to Brisbane, south now, which is improving the M1 to Coolangatta and the airport and the New South Wales border. Good schools, golf, shopping, homes on the water or homes on land, units, houses. So I love the North Gold Coast. I think that's a great.
It's quite diverse, isn't it? Really.
It's a lovely area. To be fair, though, I'm probably more privy to the middle of the Gold Coast, which is your on the west side of the motorway. You've got your hinterland region, which is lovely acreage properties that. When you're there, you feel a million miles away, but you're 2 minutes to the motorway.
Absolutely.
And then on the other side, on the east side of the motorway, you are 10 minutes to Broadbeach, Mermaid Beach. The beach is in the Merrimack area. There's 9 golf courses within 10 minutes. Robina Town Center, Pac Fair, Pacific Fair Shopping Center, fantastic state schools, private schools, shopping. So I'm myself. And I hate to say it, but you even go farther south, and I mean, you've got Palm Beach. So anywhere up and down the corridor is lovely.
Yep.
We try, so we've done our Hope Island area and for 24 years, and that's great. It's very important that we don't try to do too much. So we'll be working predominantly between sort of the Arundel and Merrimack areas, which is Arundel, Ashmore, Benoa, Carrara, parts of Southport, little parts of Southport, and then just along the hinterland region on the other side for those that do want an acreage property.
So for those people that don't live on the Gold Coast, that motorway is a divide, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The left and the right. My wife and I laugh about it all the time because the hinterland side of the highway that's Rob's half.
Nice.
Whereas the beach side of the highway is my wife's half. That's where she would like to live the rest of her life. So we might end up just on the motorway.
Perfect, right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle
of it. And it's but that road is just, and it's gotten better, which is great.
Absolutely, it has.
And I mean, so yeah, if you were interstate, the new light rail continues to expand south.
Yep.
It's now just past, it's in the Mermaid Beach area, moving to Burleigh.
Yep.
The motorway, and then you've got these arteries, Gooding Road, Smith Street. You've got these arteries that connect the sort of the beach side and the motorway and the hinterland. And nothing is really more than 10 minutes. Which is what's so great for kids to be able to jump on their bikes and go to school, or the bus services, or, if you were working in Brisbane, you'd probably look a little more Hope Island area, a little bit closer to Brisbane. But anywhere, it's just it's a lovely, look, it's not as sleepy as it used to be on the Gold Coast. A lot of businesses are moving here now. It's sort of ramping up quite a bit.
Yep.
I think the Olympics in 2032 will will definitely kick that along as well. But yeah, you know, and you live here as well. I mean, we moved here 19 years ago from Vancouver, which is a world-renowned, lovely beautiful city. And
you're not going anywhere?
I would struggle to live in a city again. Yep. I would struggle to live in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane. It's just,
When people ask me about living on the Gold Coast, and there's all those stereotypes, and neither of us are wearing white sneakers. It's not actually as true as what people think. But it is the lifestyle, isn't it? And I always say the same thing, that I am half an hour from everything.
It's unbelievable.
I can be at Mount Tambourine in half an hour. I can be at the beach in 15 minutes. I can be at the Gold Coast Airport in half an hour.
That's key. And I got a lot of mates here who are from Melbourne, from Sydney. You're 20 minutes to half an hour to Gold Coast Airport.
Yep.
And if no one's been in and out of that airport, it's the easiest place to get in and out if you've ever been in your life. And you're an hour at home. You're an hour or 2 hours to Melbourne, and flights are pretty reasonable. So you're seeing a lot of people. And then when their relatives do finally come up, they go, oh, hang on here. Hold on. I can see. So very close to everything. You're right. It's just a great spot.
So we've run out of time. I told you this would go quick. Peter Fenton, HIR Realty. Check him out on all the social medias, I guess, with HIR Realty. We'll have links, obviously, through our website as well.
Perfect.
But I really love talking about the real estate market because it means so much to everybody. And it can be different from one person to the other. So I think it's great that you guys are moving into the Central Gold Coast, because I personally think that's the area as well. I think that's the area of growth in the future. Exciting times. Yeah. And I look forward to maybe talking to you once again sometime down the track.
Anytime. Thank you. And if anybody needs any assistance or any help, feel free to ring us. We'll do what we can.
You want to throw your phone number there?
Yeah, mobile is 0403-182-760. Peter at hirr.com.au.
Pretty easy. Better let you get out there and sell some more properties.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the My Business Podcast, brought to you by Media 8 on the Podfire platform. If you want to be on our podcast, please reach out to the team on all our socials at mybusiness.pod.